So what we're going to do now is with the top section of the box, we're going to round that over. So what we're going to end up with is that type of configuration, and that just gives us a nice smooth edge across the top. So what we've done here is set up our router and our fence, and also our spacing from the fence to the router itself, and consequently now we can just come along and cut the profile. And as you can see here, we've done a test piece just to make sure our depths are correct, and it's all set up. Now the one thing that we are making sure of prior to cutting the top, or rounding over the top section, is to make sure that we've got the timber orientated the right way. So what I'm doing is checking where we've got the rebate, and the rebate goes right away from the cutter. We've got the same thing here where we've cut our cross sections as well, and there. So that just allows me now to pick up the timber and run it through and make sure we don't cut the wrong side. So what we have here are the bases for the small boxes, and we've cut all those out, as you can see. And what we're doing now is that once you put the box together, and because we've put a rebate around the base of the box so we can put the base into, you don't have actually a square corner, so you have a rounded corner due to the cutter. And it just happens that the diameter of a 10-cent piece has the same radius as the cutter does. So as you can see here, I've lined the 10-cent piece up onto the two edges, and I'm just putting a pencil line in, and that's just a guide line. And we'll do that on all four corners. So what we'll do now is just take the sanding disc, and we're going to use the sanding disc just to take off that corner and round it to the arc of the 10-cent piece mark. So as you can see, we've rounded off all the corners, and we've taken that down to the actual pencil line, and we've done that on both sides, and it's ready to be inserted. So what we're doing now is just going through the glue up procedure, and as you can see here, we've laid out the frames or the sides for the box. Now what we've done in the earlier stages is actually numbered these, so they're actually going back together the way that they should be. And what we'll do now is that we'll apply glue right to the back section, and then to the back two ends. And once they're together, then we'll do the front, and then the front two ends. So what I'm doing here is just putting a little bit of glue onto each of the joints, and then I'm just using a brush to put the glue on, and I'll do that on both ends of the back, and then we'll do the side next. So just a little bit of glue, and then I'll brush that on with a brush. I just find that saves wasting a lot of glue, and also gives you better control and making sure all the surfaces are covered. So what we've got now is the back and the two sides put on, and basically just remove most of the excess glue. The next part to go on is the base, and that'll just basically slide into the groove and then just follow it down. So as you can see here, we've got the glue put on for the front part of the box. Now we're going to just put the end on, and just lining that up. Then I'll start to push that down, then I'll line up the other side and just push that down, get it started, and now I'll just push it down totally. And now we'll just clean up the squeeze out. So what we've got now is the box put together. The next part we've done is just wiped it all down and cleaned off all the excess glue. And the next thing that we do is that we go through and check for squareness. So we put our square in, as you can see, we're just slightly out of square there. So then we'll adjust the box accordingly. And keep doing that until we get it correct. Getting a bit closer. It's the last one, it's the more difficult one. So it's gone a little bit too far now, so we'll just bring it back a bit. And we're pretty much square there. Square there. And just checking all four, now we're spot on. So what we've got here is some pieces of wood and plastic. Now the plastic is there basically if there is any squeeze out that comes out, it doesn't stick the wood to the box, so it's just a safety factor. We don't tend to get much squeeze out after we've cleaned it all up and put it together, but just in case. So as you can see here, we've got the clamps on, and we'll just tighten those up so it pulls it nice and tight. And the other thing that we redo after we've done all that is just check that it's square, and we've gone around and done that, and it's still holding true.